Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just jumping right into today's episode. In the last one, we featured a really cool team with Pokemon like Noivern, Choice Band Rhyperior, Dhelmise, and Vanilluxe. We'll be playing a couple more games with it today. You can learn more in the description below. It is a rental team, so feel free to try it out yourselves. And if you haven't seen the last episode, I'd highly recommend it. Now, we had some really crazy games with this team. So, yeah, let's just jump into today's episode. Today is Sunday. Normally on Sundays, I upload my WBE matches, but I had to delay the match a little bit due to scheduling. So that battle will go up very early on in the upcoming days. So thank you for your patience. And yeah, let's get into today's episode. Okay. I love Series 6. It's just so, like, these teams are crazy. Porygon-Z, Charizard, Krookodile, Dhelmise without... I guess Porygon-Z could have Trick Room. Dracovish and Primarina. I don't know. I mean, Noivern looks fantastic here. Like, I kind of want to just go Noivern Rhyperior. The only problem is if you have Scarf Dracovish and you just Vicious Red into Rhyperior. I guess that'd be pretty bad. Could I go Noivern Vanilluxe? I mean, if you don't lead Dracovish, this kind of rolls through you. So let's go with those two. In the back, I think we go just full offense, Vanilluxe Urshifu. I don't like the Trick Room route as much in this game, but let's see. It's hyper offense versus a rather aggressive team as well, so we'll see how that plays out. Question of the day. I want to know what your favorite Pokemon generation is. Mine, definitely, I think 4 comes up in mind, mainly because I just spent so much time playing Diamond and Pearl way back in the day. But 5, I have a lot of nostalgia for competitive play, but I think 4 would probably be my overall favorite gen. So let me know in the comments below. It is Dracovish plus Porygon-Z. Okay. The good thing is we scout out the items here with Frisk, but I think it's almost always going to be Scarf on the fish. Sash Z. AV? Okay. Well, that's why you have Frisk. AV. AV. Tailwind Earthquake isn't great because they could just Trick Room. Huh. Wow. I actually think what we do here is we Dynamax, we max Airstream, and we go for the Banded EQ. I'm assuming I outspeed with the 1.5 speed boost, but I could be wrong here. However, given that my opponent has Sash on PZ and AV on Dracovish... Oh my goodness, they're gonna max Dracovish, aren't they? That might happen. Like, that would make a... Like, you don't see Dracovish normally Dynamax because it uses max... I mean, you want to just Vicious Ren, but in this position, I could totally see that happening. That would be kind of neat. Okay, they don't max. Now it's a question of if we're faster with Rhyperior now after the single speed boost. If not, we are... probably doomed because Trick Room is going to go up. But I would think that my opponent's Pokemon are relatively slow here. Okay, yeah, nice. So that was a good assumption to make. Scary, though. I think the reason I have to go for this play is because if I Tailwind Earthquake, we know Porygon-Z has Sash. I think Porygon-Z is Trick Rooming there. I really do. Vicious Rend. Still a KO. But that's fine, honestly. I think... You know, we got like 1.5 knockouts there, and I get a free switch in. So what did my opponent have in the back? Dhelmise, Charizard. I feel like Urshifu is a pretty safe Pokemon to go out into right now. No, Dracovish doesn't do much, though, and I have Sash on Vanilluxe. Urshifu, Vanilluxe. Let's just go out into Urshifu here. Maybe Vanilluxe would have been better. I don't know. Let's see what comes out. Because if Charizard comes out, like, I can just go for Surging Strikes into that. It's Krookodile. Okay, well, that's not a problem because I can crit through you. So, I don't know. I mean, we know Dracovish can't protect. I kind of like just max Swarmwinding into that slot. Is there a fairy in the back? Primarina. Primarina. Is that a problem? Could be. I just don't know if my other moves actually KO right now. Would you bring Primarina into this matchup? It does look pretty good here, honestly. I'm intimidated. But what's Dracovish really doing here that scares me? I guess not very much. Okay, I'm gonna Phantasm then and Surging Strikes, because this also means if Krookodile maxes, I still KO with the defense drop. Oh. They just forfeit. Okay. Honestly, if you play with this team, you're going to see that games sometimes just end in like 5 minutes or under, because if turn 1 goes correctly, you often gain so much momentum. It's very difficult to come back from. But conversely, the opposite can happen as well, where if you lead poorly and your opponent has a way to just pressure Rhyperior with like a 1-hit KO, you're going to be in trouble. So it could go both ways. Yeah, I played a couple of games to practice with this team, and that definitely happened as well. So yeah, it's a very, very aggro team. Games go really, really quickly typically. Another Dracovish. Ferrothorn. I don't know, there's no ground resist here. So Noivern Rhyperior once again looks solid, but once again, the problem is if it's Scarf Dracovish and you just lead Scarf Dracovish. Because then my lead would probably be to go with Urshifu. Urshifu is, I think, more consistent here, actually. So let's go Noivern, Urshifu, Rhyperior in the back, and just Vanilluxe again. I don't see much reason to go Dhelmise here when my opponent has a Ferrothorn. Although I guess Dhelmise does have decent coverage into Volk, Terrakion, and Primarina. But I'm just opting for, like, the hyper-aggressive stuff here. So, let's see. I think, yeah, the thing that's so just aggro about Noivern Rhyperior is that neither Pokemon can protect. Rhyperior can't even max guard because there's no, defensive move. So by leading Noivern Rhyperior, it's like you better get the Tailwind or the damage off, because if you don't, and you're in a non-optimal lead matchup, like, and Rhyperior is forced to switch out, well, there's not great defense in the back either, right? It's not like Vanilluxe switches in nicely on things, and Urshifu, like, can switch in on physical attacks okay, but obviously its special defense is really poor, so yeah. In a best of 3, like, it's not like we never go with the Dhelmise here, but I think it could make a little bit of sense. It just, in this matchup in a best of 1, I don't feel as comfortable with it, especially, like, the Ferrothorn alone scares me a bunch. We don't do much damage into it. I'd rather, like, by going with this core, like, I have the strongest physical attacks possible, as well as the strongest special attack possible because of Noivern. And once again, the really cool thing about this Noivern is using Phantasm to chain defense drops and then KOing with the physical attackers. So, let's see. Dracovish and Dusclops, okay. I mean, if you're Scarf Dracovish here, let's see. Eviolite, yeah, Scarf. Okay. With the Scarf then, I mean, do they go for Trick Room? You could Trick Room Vicious Rend. So what I want to do here is actually Dynamax and Phantasm into Dusclops and just Surging Strikes. I would think that's enough for your KO with the defense drop. Because if I get the KO on that, then you're stuck in with the Scarf Dracovish against the Noivern. I guess you could Dragon Rush here or go for any Dragon type attack if you have it, but I don't think... It's definitely not going to KO this first time around. I don't want Trick Room to go up because I think Ferrothorn under Trick Room is really bad for us to go up against. So, yeah. This is also why I couldn't lead Rhyperior. If I led Rhyperior into this, my opponent's always just clicking Vicious Rend into the Rhyperior slot. So I actually don't really like that I led it in that last game. Because you should be assuming Choice Scarf on the Dracovish, but ended up working out. I'm hoping the Phantasm with the defense drop is enough to KO the Dusclops with Surging Strikes, but we'll see. Oh, they actually Rend into Noivern. Okay, cool. That works out even better for us then. Because now we get the defense drop. I think a close combat will probably just KO the... yeah, that's definitely a KO. Nice. I was going to say a close combat should KO the Dracovish, but... This is like the classic lead a really fast Pokemon next to a Trick Room user, which, we've definitely done with before, and I just don't want to get baited into giving them a free switch in and get Trick Room up. Because Noivern has really good speed control overall, and it outspeeds my opponent's entire team, other than that Dracovish. But Dracovish isn't really a problem here, because you saw Vicious Rend is not a 2-hit KO. Okay, perfect. Good. Always feels good to knock out a Dusclops before it can do anything. So, now obviously Dracovish pressures with Vicious Rend into Urshifu, but I don't think that's that scary. Shouldn't one-shot us. We can max Airstream and make Urshifu outspeed whatever's coming in. It is going to be Primarina, though, which is a pretty good switch in here for my opponent, I think. It's actually a very good switch in. Does Rhyperior outspeed Primarina? It's close, Primarina definitely maxes. Maybe got baited into letting Primarina come in too easily. I kind of just like Phantasm into Primarina though and just close combat here. Yeah, I think that's safe. A defense drop onto Primarina means if the Primarina is slower and Rhyperior just outspeeds it, then we can Rock Wrecker into that slot and just get a knockout onto it. So, let's see. I don't think I need the speed boost with Airstream. Oh, they don't max Primarina. Huh. That's an interesting decision. Okay. I mean, I'll take that because I just get so much added damage. That's really bulky, though. Is that AV? Looks like it based off that damage output. But the thing is, now you can only knock out one of 2 Pokemon, right? Unless you have, I guess, Blind Blizzard. But I don't think Blizzard KOs the Urshifu. So Dracovish goes down after those defense drops. So they're not maxing Primarina. What does that mean they want to Dynamax? If there's maybe a Charizard in the back? Maybe I should have Airstream just to ensure I outspeed by... Oh, Dazzling Gleam. But they don't KO the... Okay. Yeah, they don't KO the Noivern, which is huge. Because now I can just bring in Rhyperior and Airstream, EQ, or Rock Slide, I think. Let's see. Rhyperior. Terrakion. Terrakion. Is that a problem? I don't think so. Unless CC one-shots Rhyperior, which it honestly might. Do I want to Wormwind then for an attack drop instead? Then I'm assuming I outspeed Primarina. It's 92. It's decent. There's no bulk on Rhyperior, but I don't think close combat one-shots us, so... Okay, I'm gonna Airstream then, and EQ. I maybe should have targeted Primarina, because Primarina is gonna survive a banded EQ from that range. Yeah, maybe close combat does one-shot us, and if so, that's problematic. We're gonna Dynamax. Should be Primarina max. The Primarina maxing isn't really a problem because we have Vanilluxe in the back, so I can freeze dry that slot, but let's see. Max comes out. It's Max Terrakion. Okay, that wins us the game then, I think. Because we should... Oh, unless they max guard. Huh. Were they really max guard here? No. Okay, then you don't one-shot the Rhyperior here. You could have Steel Spike, I guess. If you Steel Spiked into Rhyperior, you get that defense boost. But otherwise, EQ should just KO the Terrakion here. We're definitely faster than Primarina now. Okay, they just Knuckle. Yeah, that's fine. Into Noivern, too. Nice. So, EQ might just be a double KO here. I mean, this is Choice Band Rhyperior is just so good. It's just so strong. And the Noivern just sets it up so nicely. So, this is a really unique duo. I'm a big fan. But yeah, we couldn't lead Rhyperior in this game. Let's see. Earthquake comes out. Nice. That's just a double KO. Yeah. With the defense drop on Primarina, actually, yeah, there was no reason to need an Airstream into that slot. I mean, even if it Dynamaxes, am I really that scared? You can't KO both Pokemon there. So that is, once again, the power of Choice Band Rhyperior. And this is just how Noivern enables it. It's super nice. Okay. Based on how fast today's episode is going, though, maybe we can have time for 2 matches total. Or sorry, 4 matches total. We'll see how fast this next one goes. It's getting a little dark, so let me turn on light real quick. We break into top 100. Okay, slightly brighter now. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy about how those games have played out. I don't think Trick Room would have been the right approach in either of them. But... yeah, like, the reality with this Noivern Rhyperior combo is that if you get it off, you're going to win most of the times, because Banded EQ, especially with Phantasm drops and that speed control from Noivern, is super nice. But this is why, actually, I really like Frisk, too. Being able to Frisk out the items right when you lead is just so nice. It gives you such a good advantage. That's a crazy team. What in the... Barraskewda, Sirfetch'd, Tox, Stonjourner, Vanilluxe, and Talonflame. Huh. Okay. So there's obviously Trick Room, sorry, not Trick Room, Tailwind from Talonflame, so they could lead like Talonflame plus Vanilluxe. That would destroy Noivern Rhyperior, like completely destroy it, so How do I counteract that? I think I have to... Against Talonflames, I actually feel like I need to lead Urshifu. This is why the Urshifu has Koba as well. So I don't know. Maybe Urshifu... Clops? Dhelmise? Vanilluxe doesn't look that bad here, but Noivern's also just tempting. Or sorry, Rhyperier's just tempting because it's Rhyperior. Let's try Vanilluxe. Has Freeze Dry into the Barraskewda as well, which is nice. My problem is the lead here. Because, like, if Talonflame does have Taunt, then does it really make sense to lead Dusclops? Probably not. But what else do I lead then? Maybe Urshifu Vanilluxe is a possible lead here. So, let's see. Okay, it's going to be... It's like I'm trying to recognize the names, and I was like, nope, can't recognize them. Barraskewda... Vanilluxe. Double Frisk is so nice too. Just being able to see these items, huge. So what? Life Orb Barraskewda, Sash Vanilluxe. Nice. we got that one correct at least. Okay, then I think what we do is just Surging Strikes into the Vanilluxe and Trick Room. I don't even know if a double up KOs Clops here. My only fear is like Barraskewda one-shots the Urshifu and then you taunt us. Anything else, and I think we're okay. This probably has max Airstream though, right? So maybe it can one-shot us. Life Orb max Airstream into Urshifu? Perhaps. If so, that'd be really bad. Like really, really, really bad. Oh wait, we have Koba Berry. What am I saying? Oh, but Vanilluxe is faster now. So then let's see if you have Taunt. You probably have Taunt, right? I'd be really surprised if you didn't. Because otherwise, what's your Trick Room answer? Like, if you're leading this, there's no way it doesn't have Taunt. Let's see. There we know the Life Orb. Yeah. Should have seen that one coming. Should have seen that one coming. Okay. Nicely played. Really nicely played. I don't think Surging Strikes KOs here, unfortunately. Yeah, it does not. If only I had Aqua Jet here. Okay, what do we want to do then? It's not great. I could obviously protect Urshifu here, Nightshade. I need to KO the Vanilluxe, though, because that is a big threat to my Dhelmise. So I'm leaning towards just Detect here. Nightshade. But there's actually, I mean, there's still a Talonflame potentially in the back as well. That's a problem for Dhelmise. I mean, what we're playing right now is basically the stall out the Dynamax kind of game. Ooh, Darkness into Blizzard. That's sick. Oh, that's so sick. That's really cool. That's such a cool lead, and I mean, obviously, I should have known it had Airstream and Darkness, but that's still really neat. Okay. I really, really wish we had Aqua Jet right now. But we don't. The Trick Room was, or sorry, the Taunt was too obvious turn 1, though. Like, there's no way you're leading that if you don't have Taunt, so I should have read better into that. I can bring out my own Vanilluxe, and now my question is, does the Ice Shard KO the opposing Vanilluxe? Because if so, I actually think maybe we're still okay because we've conserved our Dynamax, but if not, it's probably over. Because what I want to do here is just Ice Shard into Vanilluxe. I honestly do... No, I think it survives. It definitely survives. But just close combat Ice Shard here. We'll see. Maybe. I'm not very faithful in this, though, but this is why we kind of maybe needed Aqua Jet. Yeah, it's not a KO. And a Knuckle comes out. I had nothing for this lead. I got wrecked by Barraskewda. I think it was in the first 10 episodes of Road to Ranked, and we got wrecked by it again. Knuckle, Airstream, Darkness, and Geyser. So full offensive Barraskewda designed to enable Vanilluxe. That's fascinating. That is fascinating. I don't know what I could lead to beat this with this team. I can't go Noivern. Rhyperior, I learned earlier today, gets one-shot by Vanilluxe. Blizzard, it's not even a roll. It's just a guaranteed 1-8 KO. So Rhyperior can never come out as a lead. Noivern can't come out as a lead. Because they can just Airstream into Blizzard. Dusclops gets taunted. Dhelmise gets destroyed. Urshifu was our best bet, and even that wasn't good enough. Yeah. I got nothing. Man, Barraskewda plus Vanilluxe. That is such a sick combination. Well played. Yeah, that's really... I mean, okay. I'll play out one more turn. Actually, there's no point. I mean, I'm curious what they have in the back. Okay. I'll overgrowth here at least. But I also want to start the next match. Because we'll get to play a fourth match today. I don't know. I've never seen Barraskewda Vanilluxe before, but that's the beauty of Series 6, right? We're using Noivern Rhyperior. Most people don't expect to see that. I've never seen Barraskewda... Like, there's just a lot of duels that work really, really nicely now in this series, and it's awesome to see. But my opponent has a Dark-type attack, so we can just go for that Dark-type attack into Blizzard. Yeah, it's Throat Chop. I mean, oh, that's actually just going to KO. Jeez. That's honestly the best use of Barraskewda I think I've ever seen. I'm not even mad. Like, well played, man. Yeah, that's a pretty disastrous matchup because they've got the Max Darkness and the Taunt and so much coverage. I don't even really know what I can do. What if I lead Vanilluxe plus... Yeah, I think if I were to replay that with the knowledge that I had, I would lead Vanilluxe plus Urshifu and go for like close combat freeze dry turn 1 onto the Barraskewda, because Barraskewda's defenses are pretty mediocre. So if we can snipe that, then we're good. That was just really cool. That's like one of the scenarios that were like one Pokemon really just kind of counter, or that duo kind of counters everything we could bring. So we'd have to come up with like a very, very specific combo. But they also executed it perfectly. Max Darkness into Blizzard is so cool. And like Blizzard already does a fair amount of damage, but obviously that damage gets reduced because of spread. But you get a Darkness combo off with it that often chips away at it and lowers the SPDEF enough where you can just combo it for a knockout onto a lot of Pokemon in the format. So that was really neat. It makes me want to try out Barraskewda plus the Noivern, honestly. Or sorry, Barraskewda plus the Vanilluxe. So Vanilluxe has definitely seen a lot of usage recently, which is interesting too. Alright, hard Trick Room for our last match today. I could just go Dhelmise, right? Dhelmise is pretty dang slow. So question is, what does my opponent lead with? No, can I go Noivern Rhyperior? Not if you're Levitate Rhyperior, or, sorry, Levitate on the Bronzong. I like Vanilluxe. Or Blizzards and Taunts. This is tricky. Like, Noivern is Shadow Ball and, you know, can max too, but, like, there's no way I deny Trick Room, right? Unless my opponent leads, like, Hat. But Hat's probably going to be sashed. I don't know. I want to try out Noivern Rhyperior with Dusclops Dhelmise in the back. Because, like, this just maximizes my damage output from turn 1. And the reason I'm not bringing the Noivern is because I think we have to Dynamax the Dhelmise in this game. But it's tricky. Now, I do have Taunt, so that could help out with Vanilluxe if they don't lead, like, Amoonguss plus Trick Room User. It's Bronzong, I think? Oh, Sableye Hat. Sableye Hat, Sableye Hat, Sableye Hat. I can't even taunt this right now, but you have to be, well, you gotta respect Rapier a little bit, right? I mean, I want to just Blizzard here. If anything, I think you fake out Vanilluxe. Kinda want to Rock Wrecker. Maybe Rock Slide would have been better. But the reason I want to Rock Wrecker here is because if you don't have Sash, you just faint. Also has a sick animation. That's the other reason. That's reason 1.5. If I led Noivern Rhyperior here, you would just fake out. I mean, I could have gone Phantasm EQ, but if you fake out Rhyperior, you get Trick Room up, we lose hard off that. Whereas I feel like we're in a decent spot right now. That's why I didn't want to lead anything to Dynamax, because I want the Dhelmise to max in the back. Quash? Huh. Well, now I wish I Rock Slided. That would have probably just picked up a double KO. And it's a Jack button. I really wish I Rock Slided. Because the Sash is going to be on the hat, isn't it? Ah. I understand the errors of my way. Giga Drain. Okay. Don't we just get wrecked now? Because we don't. Trick Room doesn't even go up. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not gonna lie. I never in a million years saw Quash Giga Drain as the play there. Series 6 just gets crazier and crazier, man. Yeah, it was sashed anyway, so that was bad play on my end. I'm baffled. I have to bait my opponent into Trick Rooming at this point. Like, I don't even think they will. They should just attack. Because you just max Marowak and attack. I can't do anything now. Rhyperior was too essential. Oh, Quash, man. They don't max the Marowak, though. If they Trick Room here, then we actually still have a really good shot because I just bring out Dhelmise. So let's see. Oh, that's so strong. It's a one-hit KO. Oh, that was a crit. I think that crit probably mattered, but whatever. They didn't Trick Room. Yeah. Well played. This is what I mean by games with this team go by so quickly. Quash Giga Drain, though. That's also, like, that's the problem with this Rhyperior not being Lightning Rod over Solid Rock and having no bulk. Just results for a sad Rhyperior. Pretty sure poor Dhelmise just gets obliterated here. Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, is Giga Drain that crazy? Like, you want Trick Room, a Psychic type attack, and a Fairy type attack. So normally the fourth one is going to be Mystical Fire. But it's not like Giga Drain is totally crazy, right? And even though we got crit that last turn, it didn't end up mattering because the hat was dazzling anyway. That's awesome. Okay, we KO the hat. I mean, if we froze the Marowak here, we'd actually probably just win off that. But he's gonna blitz. I don't even get an attack off. Maybe I should have protected there. Because if I protect, like, Blizzard and Hail do a lot of damage. Although I don't think another Blizzard KOs anyway. No, I was gonna say unless, like, my opponent's only... Oh, unless the last one's like a Amoonguss for some reason. That would be hilarious. Obviously no to say. It was trick eject too. Just cheeky. Oh, it's Dragalge. Oh my goodness. I think maxing Vanilluxe actually would have been the play then. Huh. I didn't think about that. 2 turns of Hail. Sure you have Fake Out. Wow, I can't even protect, so yeah. Should be a wrap. Huh. Very interesting. Unless for some reason, even if Sableye doesn't have Fake Out, you can just Quash. So without having Protect here, I can't really do anything. That was crazy. But you know what? Like I said, that's the nature of this team. It's very aggro, and that was really cool. Okay, so let's like stop talking about that and like look at what we actually could have done better. Because leading Rhyperior is pretty aggressive because of like surprise moves that can come out like that, right? So, what in the world could I have led with? I don't know. That lead looked so good for us too. But now that I know, so let's pretend like we're playing a best of 3. What's the adjustment I make is the question, right? Let me think. The adjustment I make, I need to look at the parties real quick, is, I mean, the Vanilluxe lead was great. Like, I was very happy about that. Vanilluxe and Dusclops, I guess it has to be. But then Dusclops is so useless. So Vanilluxe Urshifu, maybe? Yeah, If I were to replay this, I'd probably lead Vanilluxe Urshifu, but Urshifu just feels so bad into this Trick Room matchup. We also could have, instead of Dynamax and Dhelmise, Dynamax Vanilluxe. Protect, get that base 140 hail against the Marowak. If that KOs, maybe we have a shot. Because then Vanilluxe can maybe one-shot everything that my opponent has at this point. But, yeah. I mean, we lost really cool stuff, so honestly, like, yeah. Cool techs like that are always, like, really neat. You know, you just got to think about what you could have done better. Honestly, in that third match, I think the only thing we could have done better was lead something to double up onto Barraskewda turn 1 for a KO, and that would have to be Vanilluxe into and the Urshifu, I think. This fourth game is tough, especially with the trick potential as well. But I think if I were to replay, I would lead Vanilluxe Urshifu. Because if Trick Room goes up, my Dhelmise actually capitalizes off that, and there's not much my opponent has to hit Dhelmise, unless you have Max Flare on the hat, which I think is like a reasonable assumption as well. So yeah, either way, those were some crazy teams. Series 6 does not disappoint. We continue to go up against awesome stuff, and I think once again, losing to cool stuff like that's never, like, you know, there's no shame in it. Like, you get to see a really cool team composition, you get to see an opponent play it really well, and you get to learn a couple things as well, because now I know Barraskewda Vanilluxe is a combination that was not on my radar at all up until this point, and it's not like grass type attacks that are never seen on Hatterene, but to be honest, in playing all of VGC 2020, I don't think I've actually seen one yet, so now that's something I should keep in the back of my mind as well, because I honestly forgot I even had grass type attacks, so I thought Rhyperior was super, super safe in that position. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time. Alright, peace.